In the heart of the 3rd century, on the sun-drenched island of Sicily, a young woman named Agatha made a choice. It was a choice that would echo through history, a decision that would pit her alone against the colossal power of the Roman Empire. This is her story. Agatha was born around the year 231 AD into a world of privilege. As the daughter of a wealthy noble family in either Palermo or Catania, she had everything a young woman of her time could desire. Beauty that turned heads, a social status that opened every door, and a future filled with opportunity. Her days could have been spent in opulent halls, preparing for a strategic marriage that would further her family's influence. But Agatha saw a different path, a higher calling. Before she even reached the age of 15, she made a vow that would alter the course of her destiny forever. She consecrated her life to Christ. Her immense fortune, her body, her very future, she dedicated it all to her faith. This was a radical act of independence in an era when women, especially noblewomen, were property, expected to marry, bear children, and obey the men in their lives without question. Agatha chose purity, courage, and a spiritual life over worldly power. But in an empire that demanded absolute loyalty, such devotion did not go unnoticed. Her beauty and wealth caught the attention of a man who held immense power in Sicily, the provincial Roman governor, Quintianus. He wasn't captivated by her spirit or her heart. He was consumed by lust and greed. He saw her as a prize to be won, a beautiful addition to his household and a key to her family's vast fortune. Quintianus demanded she renounce her vow and become his wife. It was not a proposal of love, but an ultimatum of power. Agatha, standing firm in her conviction, gave him a single, unwavering answer: no. And with that one word, her fate was sealed. This was the time of the brutal Decian persecutions, a period when Emperor Decius commanded all citizens of the empire to perform public sacrifices to the Roman gods. For Christians, this was an impossible demand, an act of idolatry that betrayed their core beliefs. Refusal meant arrest, torture, and death. Agatha's defiance of Quintianus placed her directly in the crosshairs of this state-sanctioned terror. The silk gowns of her noble life were stripped away, replaced by the cold, heavy weight of chains. The gilded walls of her family home were traded for the damp, dark confines of a prison cell. Quintianus was convinced that pain could break her will. He believed that if he subjected her to enough agony, she would abandon her faith and submit to him. So the torture began. She was beaten mercilessly, her body bruised and broken, but her spirit remained untouched. When that failed, Quintianus, in a fit of rage and frustration, ordered an act of cruelty so horrific, so depraved, that it is almost too difficult to speak of. He commanded his torturers to mutilate her body, a barbaric punishment designed to shatter her resolve and humiliate her for defying his authority. Yet, even in the depths of unimaginable pain, Agatha did not renounce her faith. Her prayers, they say, never ceased. It is here that the story takes a miraculous turn. According to legend, as Agatha lay bleeding and broken in her desolate cell, a vision appeared to her. It was the apostle St. Peter, who came to her not to deliver her from her suffering, but to give her the strength to endure it. He miraculously healed her wounds, restoring her body so that her spirit could continue its fight. This divine intervention wasn't about escaping her fate. It was about facing it with unshakable courage, proving that her faith was more powerful than any torment man could devise. When Quintianus discovered she had been healed, his fury knew no bounds. He saw it not as a miracle, but as a further act of defiance. He refused to be defeated by this young woman's resilience. He ordered his torturers to escalate their cruelty. Agatha was dragged across a bed of burning coals mixed with sharp, jagged stones. Her body was torn and burned anew, but her spirit remained a fortress. Through it all, her gaze was fixed on heaven, her faith an impenetrable shield against the flames and the hatred of her persecutors. Finally, having endured everything they could throw at her body exhausted but her soul undefeated, Agatha surrendered her spirit to God. She died in that prison, a martyr for her beliefs. She was not broken. She was not silenced. In the eyes of her faith, she was victorious. Her death was not an end, but a transformation. Her story of courage spread like wildfire, a testament to the power of conviction in the face of tyranny. Today, St. Agatha is revered as one of the great martyrs of the early Church. She is the patron saint of those who have suffered from abuse, of patience, and of all who are oppressed. Her legacy is a powerful symbol of what it means to remain steadfast when the world demands you surrender your soul. She taught us that true power doesn't come from status, wealth, or violence. It comes from a conviction so deep, so pure, that it can face down an empire and stare into the face of death without fear. Saint Agatha didn't conquer Rome with an army. She conquered fear itself, and in doing so became eternal. Thank you for watching. If you found this story inspiring, please like, share, and subscribe for more tales of courage from history.